Let's FEV research log 5.
Research log, Dr. Edgar Blackburn, number 5. The creators of the forced evolutionary virus were idiots savant. They saw weapons, soldiers to win a war that would end almost as soon as it began. They had discovered a means by which we could seize the reins of human evolution, and all they could envision was more efficient death. My colleagues at West Tech were likewise fools. They made the virus a plaything and hunters built their ant farm, shaking it to watch them scurry. The FEV was never meant to create abomination. At its core is something wondrous and hopeful. I will free it from what they made of it. Humanity will have the future it should have had. The better human will build that world, free from fear. End log.
Oh, hell yeah, 100 fuel? I'll take that. Ah, so there's a Snalligaster in here.
Please, help us.
He's not alive. I just said that. I don't see eye movement.
Somebody get us out of here.
That was a nightmare. A waking nightmare.
Oh, over there.
You're not with those others, are you? Can you get us out of here?
Is everyone alright in it?
Oh, we're locked in some weird cell, in a frozen vault,
Oh, it's
being
Cassie.
held prisoner by some lunatic.
I feel sick.
Can we go home now?
Terminal needs to unlock that. Unbelievable, they left a Snalligaster inside one of the test chambers.
Hope we don't capture you alive.
Remarkably, it is still alive, if understandably quite irritable. Whatever they did to it seems to have removed its need for substance. Perhaps it mobilizes trace elements directly from the air, or engages in some strange form of photosynthesis. Regardless, the chamber shall remain locked and must take care when defrosting the other specimens. Cryo storage, I cannot predict what mutations they have.
You can't hide!
Where are you guys hiding? Seriously. Take that fuel though.
Don't let me die in here.
You're not with those others, are you? Can you get us out of here?
Who are you?
Cassie Alloway. Listen, I ain't trying to be rude. I'll tell you my whole dang life story if you want. Just get me out of here first.
Do you know how we can open the cell?
Not exactly. I think the locks are controlled remotely. The doctor guy always does something back behind the stairs there, before he comes back to grab one of us for his tests.
Sit tight, I'll go get you out of
Okay.
here.
I was gonna go for a walk, but I guess I'll stay here for now. Sorry. Seriously, though. Thank you.
Girl, give me some space, jeez. Research logs. Woof. Vault 96 biological log. Vault 96 biological log.
Molly Cooper biology log 280. What is this? The specimen record is blank. No vitals, no measurements, no source data, just an ID, X001. The cellular structure is unlike anything I've ever seen. I can't even identify the organelles. I ran it through the DNA sequencer twice, but nothing at all. I talked it over with Nina, and she's gonna try splicing it into some of the cellular structures at random, just to see what happens. It's a long shot, but we have a quota to meet. Fucking Vault Tech.
Yeah, fucking Vault Tech. Okay, which chamber are they in? Because I'll be releasing Snellygasters.
I can't take it anymore.
3, 2. I'm interested if it's a 4. Mm-hmm. So it's basically just back ways. Okay. They're in 2, I think it was.
The things he did to us.
It said did to you, that means you could transform.
Oh, thank God. You've got my thanks, stranger. Introductions are in order, I guess. My name's Cassie. Did I say that already?
Can we go home now?
How'd you end up here? Like we already know?
Came in on a Blue Ridge caravan. Doc was there too. Had some people slip away in the night, but Guide said it happens. People turn back, that kind of thing. Then one night we shelter from a storm and those Hellcat goons ambush us, capture us all. Spent days in a cart or something, blindfolded,
Go home now?
before they dump me here.
Air Cassie Holloway, Art Snaps.
Don't let him take me again.
Yeah, that's me. You know Uncle R? God, he's got me so worried. He might even express an emotion besides world weary. I hope he's all right. I feel sick.
Where would the Brotherhood steal? This is Scribe Valdez.
Now that sounds like a fun bunch. Uncle Art mentioned them in, broad terms.
Doctor,
Can't say I'm not glad to meet you, though.
Are you hurt?
I'm not injured. Got lucky. The doc didn't do any surgery on me. That nut job was dosing me with diseases, though.
He's insane.
Said he was testing incubation and immune response times. Weird thing is, he kept apologizing. Got a bad case of sludge lung now. But I'm holding up. Some of the others are in worse shape.
the things he did to us.
Okay. Are there any more prisoners?
Can we go home now?
I think we're the last surviving ones. It used to be more. When he takes you out of the cells, you don't always come back. Hasn't been down here in a few days, though. Figured he'd got what he wanted, or someone done him
Don't
in.
let him take me again.
Good timing on your part. The crappy rations he gave us last time are nearly gone. Please, don't let him take me again.
Please, don't let him take me again.
Alright, Cassie, all of you sit tight. Help is on the way.
I just want to forget about it all.
Or can you make it out of here?
Maybe I could, but there's no way the rest will. I don't even know where we are, but I'm guessing we're not close to civilization. These folks won't make
That's
it a
true.
mile in their condition.
It's better if they stay here. When we've cleared the vault, I'll radio Fort Atlas. They can send the medics with the recovery team and get them to safety.
Whatever Fort Atlas is, that sounds good to me. Thanks kindly.
I'll leave some food and water for you to share until help arrives.
You're a peach.
Yeah. Alright, sit tight. Help is on its way soon.
We ain't going anywhere. Hey, if you run into that crazy doctor, give him a kick for me, alright? Thanks again for the rescue. Give Blackburn a kick from me.
The doctor,
Should have asked for
he's insane.
other information, but I did not. Some sort of crystal?
Though it seems futile, I ask one final time. Leave this vault and the things you have seen. You cannot change what has happened here. Leave me to this cold and lonely place.
How are we getting in there?
The card doesn't work? Blackburn must have overridden the door codes. Probably guess the looters might find a key card eventually if they had the run of the place.
Can you do anything?
From here? If I had more tools, time, and some schematics, sure. Under the circumstances, we'll have to get creative. These doors are hydraulically sealed. If we can find the lines that feed to this door, we might be able to cut the pressure holding it shut. Look for a utility room nearby.
Utility room? Mainframe? Oh. Maybe it's where the linky thing is.
This should be it. Take a look. See if you could find the lines to the Overseer's office.
Identify the close, correct valve.
Nice work. You might have a future as a scribe if you want it. Let's head back. The door should be open now.
Nice. So wait. The bears are gonna flamethrower the chef? That's just rude. Oh, Dr. Asshole.
It appears neither the Vault defenses nor the Blood Eagles were a match for you. Quite formidable. You can lower your weapons. It would clearly be futile for me to struggle, and I surrender willingly.
Is this the research you told me about? This is studying diseases?
Contrary to what you may think, I did not lie to you when we spoke at Fort Atlas. I did say it would be difficult for a layperson to understand.
What makes you think you've succeeded here? All I've seen is horrors.
Do you believe I did this all blindly? Groping madly in the bodies of the innocent for some unknown and hallucinatory secret? With each iteration, each test conducted, I identified flaws in the virus and calculated their removal. I have no doubt in my work.
It sounds like you haven't actually tested your perfect virus.
What happened to your arm?
Steps being taken as we speak. Any miscalculations that might exist are minor.
Kinda worried about that, Lazar. Need to know everything you've done?
I am sure your Brotherhood will happily interrogate me until I have no tale left to tell. I will be entirely forthcoming, though I expect you will want to conduct your Inquisition within confines more amenable to the Brotherhood. As for the contents of this vault, the Brotherhood is free to collect anything they like. My work here is finished.
I don't like the sound of that.
I don't like the sight of you not having an arm. Claim to be doing this for the good of humanity, but you've created more supermutants.
This is true. I wish it could have been avoided. It was easier and safer for myself, if not for others, to release those failures before their metamorphosis was complete. I had work to finish, and I knew the Brotherhood was out there to deal with the errors.
Your errors tunneled into Fort Atlas and could have killed everyone!
Is that so? It seems my failures were indeed steps on the road to success. That level of coordination suggests an increase in cognitive development over the typical example. Still, I bear the Brotherhood no ill will. My apologies for that.
I've seen what FEV does. How could you think it could help anyone?
FEV was never intended to be a source of abominations and grotesqueries. It was to be the next step in human evolution. Our refinement into something greater and better. Certainly the fools at West Tech were more obsessed with observing its failures than correcting them. But its true purpose was for good, and now it will fulfill that purpose. Because of me.
Listening to this is making me understand Shin's point of view.
How can you justify this insanity?
What you call insanity is merely the regrettable necessity of my work. That it condemns me in your eyes or consigns me to whatever hell may exist is a price I pay willingly. I have ensured the future of humanity, not just in Appalachia, but the world. No cost is too high for this. Were it possible to achieve it without the suffering of innocence, I would have done so.
Well,
After
technically
seeing
you
what
could
you've
have.
done here, I hope hell does exist.
Despise me if you will. I took no pleasure in what had to be done.
Yeah, you could have just had mercenaries capture raiders. Tortured them to death. No one would have gave two shits about raiders.
I have no doubt that you do. As you wish.
See, if I choose this, does it force the kill?
And yet you
let's
will
see.
not, will you? The Brotherhood is an iron fist when enforcing its mission. But you did not come all this way simply to put a bullet in my skull. Besides, my death can no longer stop my work.
Taking you in, but you have to pay for what you've done.
Yes, I assumed as much when you entered. Very well. Consider me arrested, if you must. I am ready to face any judgment the Brotherhood wishes to mete out. My work here is complete regardless. And it is too late for you to stop it.
People Blackburn, like Cassie, tortured them and experimented them like animals.
Do you think I'd take any pleasure or pride in that fact?
Kinda.
Think what you will, but I am not inhuman. Had I been capable of accomplishing my goal without them, I would have done so. I am neither a sadist nor a homicidal maniac. I do not expect forgiveness. But I am certain what I have done will bear sufficient consequence without fabricating new sins to hang upon me.
Sure. Can't believe I let you back at Fort Atlas.
Let me go. Had I committed any offense of which you could possibly have been aware?
It's for your crime, so first I need to do something else.
Ah, yes. The interrogation before my interrogations continues. Go on.
Shit. We already been through this.
Contrary to what I did see, I have no doubt that. Contrary, I did see.
Attention, citizens.
What do you call it? That it condemned? I haven't. Would it possible?
After seeing what you...
Despise me?
Thank you for your cooperation.
FEV was. It was to be the certain, and now
Listening to this?
this is true. It was easier. I had work.
Your air...
Is that so? That level of still. I have no doubt. Yes, consider me. My work here is...
Your work cannot be stopped. What do you mean?
Simply that I have achieved my goal. The FEV is perfected, and it is too late for you to change that. My sacrifices, the terrible things I have done to accomplish this, it has been paid in full, and now salvation awaits humanity.
What? You can't do anything with it now. We've caught you. You're finished.
Have I given you any reason to believe I have not already taken the necessary action?
Okay, that's not good.
What have you done with the FEV?
I have completed it. I turned a flawed miscreation into something that will heal an ill and wounded humanity. But if by that you mean, what have I done with the result? It is no longer here. I have associates. They are even now finalizing the mechanisms of its distribution. You are too late.
Paladin Romani needs to hear about this immediately.
I think we're done here.
I am at your disposal, then.
You can head out. I'll radio for a team to secure the site and get the prisoners to safety. Then bring Blackburn back to the fort. I'm sure the others are going to have a lot of questions for him.
What
Good
happened
work,
to your
Shin.
arm?
I'm glad you were here.
Oh, there it is.
Think of me what you will. It will change nothing. Personal log. Dr. Edgar
The recovery
Blackburn.
team should be on their way.
Huntersville. I should never have allowed Dumont to convince me to stay with West Tech when they shuttered the Greenhouse Initiative. The Panimmunity variant was intended to shield us from biological warfare and make the population safe from the horrors war could unleash. The Greenhouse Initiative turned the same work to feeding the ever-increasing starving masses. Noble goals and worthy science. The discovery of the FEV abandoned all that. The awesome potential of the virus, what it could do if harnessed to those same ends. Ignored. Instead, they saw a weapon. Super soldiers. Small-minded bureaucrats and their pet scientists had the keys to human evolution and saw only profit in war. Dr. Khan, a disgrace to that title, took over.
Cool.
And even those miserable goals were cast aside in favor of the perverse. Infecting the water supply of Huntersville just to observe the effects. Why? We knew the virus in its current state produced horrors. Had we been looking for a cure, perhaps it could have been justified. But Khan had no such interest. He did it because he could. Were I a better man, a better scientist, I would have left immediately. My belated resignation does me little credit, and long.
Get a hold of yourself.
Bastard. Nina's dead. Eric, dead. All because of your damn quotas. If you can't show a little compassion, shut the hell up.
Hey, now. I regret what happened to Nina. I truly do. But we're wasting time.
What?
There, that should disable the sensors. Now listen carefully. They aren't my quotas. They never have been. They're set by the mainframe. Look, they are next week's numbers.
God. There's no way.
Why didn't you tell us? It's on a hair trigger. If it detects anything, any word of conspiracy or sedition, it will kill us. I had to be sure. The only way we survive the next week is to take it out.
You want us to fight our way out?
We don't have to. For the past 2 years, I've been working on a virus, Seraph. Upload it into the mainframe and it can take over. Shut down the system, the experiments, everything. It can let us out. The EMS won't be a problem. I designed that system. My students wrote the damn protocols. I can beat it.
We can't go on like this. I'm in. For Nina.
Jeanette? Hans?
Good
All
work
right.
in here, Initiate.
What the hell? Sure.
Here's what I need from you. We move on Saturday, just before the quota check. Be ready.
Sensor discrepancy detected in the Overseer's office. Applying cancellation algorithm. Done.
Have a good week, everyone. Dismissed.
Yeah, we know they didn't end well. Blackburn's bungalow. So what's
Any news to
that?
share?
Oh, it's not.
This looks like the start of a real force in the wasteland. Not sure if I should be thrilled or terrified.
Blackburn's bungalow. Oh, I can make that now. Oh, I need that bug so much. They need to fix the workstation bug.
Old world science solved a lot of problems back in the day.
Because it's just freezing you in place and you can't move or anything. Luckily, I'm able to teleport that time. And get a lit. So we got that one, or I do like that one. Stick with the Brotherhood look. Just wish I had a better outfit. And that one doesn't work. It looks stupid with the scribe outfit. Oh. Kinda works with a mercenary.
Welcome to Fort Atlas.
What is the bungalow? I need to drop off the scrap anyways. Maybe it's a camp item? Could be a weapon. What weapon would Blackburn have? Whoop, there it is. Oh, so it's just one of these things. Really? Blackburn had one of these? More other colors than green. Yeah. So I got like 2 versions of this. Great. Circuit board. I don't know.
Glowing meat steaks. Time to go hunting again.
That in the box. Yeah, it just doesn't look good. Get back to Atlas.
Welcome to Fort Atlas.
Says they'll build us a better tomorrow.
Leader? I don't want to be leader.
I heard you're on Night Shin's good side. Is he really going to usurp command?
I have been fully compliant with your questioning. Threats are not required.
With everything you've done, you're lucky I'm only threatening you right now.
Please, this argument is getting us nowhere.
When do I get to go out and prove my worth?
Initiate, you're back. Maybe you can help me talk some sense into Romani here. We've been going over what happened at Vault 96 and interrogating our prisoner. This smug monster is practically bragging about torture and unleashing horrors on the world. And Romani is treating him with kid gloves.
I am not bragging. What I have done was necessary. I take no pride in those terrible acts. I will have to live with the shame of them forever. That weight does not, however, diminish that the ends were worth the means. You will learn that soon enough. My colleagues will see that our creation, a vast improvement on the FEV, is distributed shortly.
Do you see the arrogance, the self-justification? We should end him and be done with it.
I've seen his idea of acceptable costs. Nothing justifies it.
If all he had done was create more super mutants, I would agree. The scribe's report just adds more crimes to the list.
It's not that simple. Preventing Dr. Blackburn's associates from taking this horror any further must be our priority. And we may need the Doctor to convince them.
What will they do with the virus?
My colleagues have a facility better suited to final testing and mass production of the virus. As we speak, they are preparing for its release into the air and water of Appalachia. Once dispersed, it will enter the precipitation cycle in groundwater, and then it cannot be stopped.
No! It could spread for hundreds, maybe thousands of miles!
Why would you help us stop them?
That is your goal, not mine. But I am not a soldier, and would not withstand strenuous interrogation well. No minor delay on my part will change what is to come. My colleagues are already preparing. Perhaps my cooperation will allow us to make a case for the good we are about to do, and convince you of our cause.
Impossible. We could never support something so abominable.
Where are your associates?
My colleagues have a laboratory hidden beneath the headquarters of my former employer, West Tech. We intend to correct the FEV's mistakes at their birthplace. Poetically appropriate, would you not agree?
Sounds like West Tech is where we need to go.
Yes. If the Doctor's associates are preparing to distribute the virus, we have to put our emotions aside here and get to them before they can. Blackburn's punishment, whatever its form, can wait until Appalachia is safe. Head to West Tech. Find and secure the entrance to this lab, and we'll follow behind.
I don't like this, Romani. We should be done with him here and now and level this laboratory. This is just like what Elder Maxim faced at Mariposa. Or have you forgotten?
Elder Maxon came to regret acting rashly there. Or have you forgotten?
If they've already begun producing the virus, blowing up the place could just help spread it. We'll need to be a bit more delicate than that.
Very well. If Blackburn is coming with us, I will be watching him. Perhaps he can provide leverage against his fellow lunatics.
If I can prevent further loss of life, I will.
Then it's decided. Initiate, head for West Tech. We've no time to lose. See you there.
Okay. Oh, how nice. Tent's already over there. Quickly get this up. Here we go, that's it. That's want somebody interfering with us. What's going on? Enter solo. I really hate the dogs. Well, you're all dead. See you, Link.
We're gone! Spineless human!
What? Just in case anybody left in here. Nope. Ah, elevator. Going down.
Merc life is good life. You can't escape me!
Oops. Interesting.
Think I'll buy a new gun.
Oh, my poor FPS. What the fuck? Oof.
Stay where we can see you, Doctor.
No need for that tone. I have not run away thus far, have I?
Enough, Shin. Let's catch up with our vanguard.
What is with the FPS drop in there? Oh, they're fine, man. They're Jesus. Jesus, I got like 12 frames. What the fuck? I got 60 here. As soon as I touch land here, FPS just goes to shit. 60. 10. Is it these things, or are they just so fucking unoptimized that they're just fucking up everything?
Are we secure in this yet?
There were some Hellcat mercenaries guarding the place. They weren't interested in talking.
The Hellcats were likely here to protect Blackburn's associates from the super mutants above.
Should we expect any further resistance?
I am not aware of the details of the defensive measures my colleagues may have taken.
15 FPS.
I would not,
now.
however,
Jesus.
expect them to tolerate trespassers.
We should keep moving.
As you wish. I am your prisoner, after all. I have little choice in the matter.
How do we know you're not leading us in a trap?
A trap I conceived, prepared, and executed entirely while in your custody. You give me too much credit.
Still don't trust you, Blackburn. You're up to something?
Paranoia ill suits you. I have complied with your every demand.
And that is precisely what is so concerning.
Anything you can tell us about your associates that might help? Like get my FPS up?
Is nominally the head of their group. Headstrong, an old university colleague. Dr. Jane was a junior scientist at West Tech. Brilliant, but easily led. He shared my disgust at the Huntersville mistake. Nellie Wright, on the other hand, is Dr. Farhar's pet project. An adoptee of sorts. Very talented, despite her lack of formal schooling.
Let's not waste any more time.
Certainly.
Let's move out. Eyes open.
This is so bad. Oh, this is gonna be hell at this FPS. Oh, it's so bad.
Edgar. Edgar, who are these people? What happened to the guards?
The guards are dead, Dr. Farhar. This is the Brotherhood of Steel. I have been their guest since they discovered our project. Regrettably, they object to what we are doing.
We will not be intimidated. This facility is secured. You can't get to us. We will finish our work.
You can't possibly release the FEV on the population again. You know what it did last time.
This isn't the Huntersville strain. Dr. Blackburn has purified the virus of its considerable defects.
We've made something wonderful out of something horrible. We're helping people this time.
So you want to repeat it all over again?
Of course not. What West Tech did was a terrible mistake. An affront to science. They didn't care who they hurt. And they did it just to see what happened.
God
We're trying
Yes.
to help people. This will make people safe again.
Dr. Jane is enthusiastic, but it's true. We are not doing this just to satisfy our curiosity.
We're advancing science itself. The cost doesn't matter. No offense to Dr. Jane, but West Tech wasn't doing science. They were only burning ants with a magnifying glass by comparison.
Have you actually had any success? All I've seen is monstrosities and corpses.
Well, no. Not as such, but...
Of course we have. Experimentation has identified the key flaws in the original strain. Iterative testing has pinpointed the defective genetic sequences, and we've corrected them in each case.
But you haven't tested it, how can you know?
We've run the simulations. All three of us triple-checked the models and compared to prior experimental data.
We're confident in the formulation.
You know what they say? Human testing is the best testing. A large-scale release will provide a representative sample. Science needs vision, like Dr. Blackburn's, like ours.
She needs to die.
Let's not let testing hold us back.
You admit untested and that you've had no successful trials. You know you can't release it.
Well, sure. It might seem hasty, but...
Don't be such a pushover, Jamie.
No, wait. I've also had my doubts. Perhaps we should discuss this after all.
I can see you're troubled. You know what you're doing isn't right. Let's talk through this. We can come to an agreement.
I want to avoid violence. But that's always on the table, as long as you hold Dr. Blackburn hostage. Let him go. Please, let him go or we will cut off this negotiation and proceed with our plans.
I am afraid you will have to give in on this one. If you truly want to stop our distribution process, I advise you to listen to the doctor's entreaties.
What are you talking about?
Allow me to explain. My colleagues could not stop production if they tried. It requires a code. I am the only one who knows the code. I set this plan in motion, and I am the only one who can stop it.
Is this true?
Edgar.
You will have to forgive Dr. Farhart. She did not know. I added this functionality to our distribution program. As insurance, you might say.
Boy, that's handy, huh?
So there you have it. I am willing to help you in exchange for sparing my colleagues' lives. But you will have to let me in there with them.